Okay, well, welcome to FemyRange Pro Plus, FemyRange Power Meter, and we'll also touch on FemyRange Pro Plus Scanner and FemyRange Pro Plus Swing Scanner. Right now, this is just a bare screen that has nothing, no signal on it, so it's just a basic screen. So I'm going to turn on the FemyRange Pro Plus. And this is the FemyRange Pro Plus. One thing you're going to notice here is it automatically points out some demand and supply zone and it gives you some entry points, gives you some momentum points, gives you reversal points. Like this is saying this is a short A plus setup, which has 65% probability of success. And the four candles to the right are actually the higher time frame candles, which in this case we're using the 30 minutes because we're trading on the 3 minutes. Now, one other thing you're going to see on this screen when a trade comes, it automatically gives you a stop loss. Then it gives you a take profit one, take profit two, but it also gives you projection one and projection two. So you have take profit one, take profit two, take profit three, right? And then projection one and two are just projection of where price could eventually go. Sometimes it's always more than that. The other thing that you get is the system automatically identifies the high probability zone, which could be considered the liquidity zone. And then you have some zones that whenever you see the diamonds, if you put your mouse over it, it says diamond follow through, bullish entry on trend flip. So there's a trend flip here, meaning the trend went from bearish to bullish and it went all the way up. And until it gives a change in direction, you don't do anything about it. If you look at the most current candle, you're going to see, so you see now a bullish one is coming, and this is a bull candle, and this is a bear candle. The bear candle fades, so we only see five of it. But we can actually turn that on and off so we can see all of it, but it doesn't make any difference. And then when you see the letter M with the triangle, that's just momentum, meaning there's a momentum push coming. And then this dot is just a change in context of the market, that the market wants to continue to push up. So if you're already on the upside, then there's no reason for you to get out, just stay on. Now, right here looks like a pullback. The system actually identifies what a pullback is, right? When you see this um, bearish, potential bearish projection, rejection at historical resistance, this is telling us that anytime you see the red diamonds, that tells us that at some point in the past, price had gotten to this point with at least minimum of 5 to 8 bars and has rejected that trend and gone at least 5, 8 bars after that rejection. So we identified those zones. So we see quite a lot of them. But then when you see the Z with a diamond is a different type. Rather than us having multiple diamonds, because this system looks across all time frame. When I say across all time frame, every time frame from 3 minutes up until the hour candle. So it'll be too many diamonds. So we consolidated them, and when we see five or more consolidated, we use the Z to represent to represent those areas. So when you put your mouse over it, it says zone diamond, early long, price at key support and resistance, or supply and demand with bullish rejection. So it's telling you that right at this point, so right here would have been an entry to the upside. All right. So we'll continue. Next, we see the next thing that is going on. This triangle here is our early entry triangle where we don't get a sell signal. Now, right here, you see a short A plus setup, 65%. So it gave us an A plus setup to the downside about 12 p.m. And you could see how the trade worked out. It worked out perfectly. But then it gave us another entry. So if you didn't catch this one, it gave you another one here. Then here it tells you there's a momentum that is coming to the downside. So be prepared for that momentum. And then it gave us this, and then you get this. You see the Z here, and you see this blue dot. That means there was a rejection at this point. But this came after the fact, right? But it confirms the reason why this rejection happened here, all right? But there's a way for you to find this out in the system, which is the intuitive part of this. This is the easier part of this tool. Then comes the power meter itself. The power meter is the brainchild of this tool because it's forward thinking in what it's doing and it's telling you what you need to do. Once you master the power meter, you won't even need to look at the chart. So right now the verdict is we have a diamond long, which is somewhere here. That's where the current price is. The current price is here, right? So we're using ES right now. So the current price is here and it's bullish. It says the market pulse is developing to the downside. The bear strength is 67%. The 15 minutes is bullish, the 30 minutes is bearish, the 1 hour is bearish. The pulse of the market is beat, so you could have beat, trub, or pump. A beat means it's just like a short heartbeat. And early entry is developing, so watch for short. And right now it's sitting at the high probability zone. The high probability zone is at 100%, so it's going to need a lot more than this small push to break through. And that's part of the reason why it says watch for short is developing. Right now the trend says no trend. Even though you have this bullish candle, the trend recognizes, no, we don't have a trend to the upside yet, right? And why is he saying that? Because he's always looking for ways for you to make money. And if he doesn't think the trade is going to survive enough for you to make money from it, he's not going to let you get into that trade, which is part of the reason why he's saying no trade. So he's looking ahead and giving you a prediction ahead, right? Then now you see a change, the market pulse change to developing, then it goes back. So it's changing. I'm not doing anything. It's just changing in itself and trying to. So now it's changed the trend to long because a new candle formed. Now the trend is long. The market pulse is developing. Bull is 67%. The 15 minute and hourly are strong. The 30 minutes is not looking, now is green. So this is where we are. These four candles here represent the 30 minutes. So each of these candles represent 30 minutes. So it's configured to just show the last four, which is 30 times 4 is 120. So that's the last 2 hours of price action that you're seeing here. And you can see how, so the confluence right now says 40% low, reduced risk, or wait. So it's telling you if you're going to get into this trade, reduce your size or wait before you get into the trade because it's not clean yet. And you see how it's going. Now it says developing to the downside, there is no trend. So when you start to see this fluctuation and changes, you just have to sit back and let the market do what it needs to do. It's going to tell you when there's going to be an opportunity for a trade. The beauty of this is not just an indicator. The indicator is on the chart, right? But the real work that happens with this tool is what happens in the power meter because it's looking ahead into the future and able to tell you whether you should stay in a trade, get out of a trade. It identifies when there's a pullback. So it tells you this is a pullback, stay in this trade and let it continue to ride. Right now it's telling you no trend, even though you have this coming up. But you see this here, it says there is no trend, so you just have to wait. And if you get in, the stop loss you're seeing here is the last stop loss, which is this one. The targets are the last targets for this downside. There hasn't been any signal for the upside. So that's the last thing that showed up. And the projection is just looking at the projection of where price is going to go. You have projection 1, projection 2, and then you have the pullback price. When it pulls back, that's where it's going to pull back to, right? So that's what the tool does in a nutshell. But the best way to enjoy it is when you actually see it live. So you can see, you look at this trade here, you didn't get a buy signal like a sell signal, like you get a sell signal here, but you didn't get a buy signal there, but you get an early entry signal here. So he said it's an early entry bullish confirm. You can take this trade with your stop right by this blue dot and then ride that wave. And since it did not give you, the power meter would have showed you, you see right now it's telling you what the price is doing. It says consolidating. And now it's shifted long, moderate, standard size, right? So it's noticing some change. Price is developing, bull 100%. Now all time frames are looking bullish, but not that strong, right? So that's something you cannot ignore. Now, the next thing you have to be aware of is the scanner. So we have a scanner. Before I share this scanner, I think I should show you this. I think I should show you this tool. It's a web tool. So okay, you see what's happening now. We get a Z here that tells us that this is a strong support area, and we have some liquidity zone here. And price was trying to tell us right now. It says it's consolidating, right? So let me bring up that web tool to share with you guys so you can see how it works. So this is the web tool. So for example, we're looking to take a trade. So I want to enter a trade. What is the verdict saying? Diamond green, diamond long. Then what trend is it on? Is no trend. Then early entry is what? What is early entry saying? No early entry. What is the market pulse saying? It says consolidating. Now it's gone to developing. So we'll just pick it, leave it on developing. Then now it says early watch now, but it doesn't matter. But let's just use this to show 15 minutes is weak bull, 30 minutes is a weak bull, 1 hour is a weak bull. Then the confluence is long 52%, which is there, and the stop loss is no signal on the stop loss. So we get direction. So he said trade small, mean reversion only, no confirmed trend. This is a bounce of a level, not a trend follow. Take profit quickly. So it's telling you if you're in the trade, you need to take profit quickly. That this is, you need to trade small. It's just a bounce play. This is a bounce play. It's not something you really want to get too excited about. So use reduced size, 50% of normal, target TP1, then TP2. Do not hold for TP3 without a confirmed trend. Do not let a winner turn into a loser waiting for TP3. Monitor higher time frame on next close. Alignment could upgrade to trend trade. All right. So you get this tool with what you do, and you can check again. If you're already in a trade, then you can click on this that gives you I'm already in a trade, and then you select all the points that you want to select and then run the result, and it gives you what you need to see to help you understand how to really read this tool in real time. So right now we're in this. If I want to use this for, I'm already in a trade. So I'm already in a trade. My trade direction is long in this case. Then my verdict says is developing. No, my verdict say tighten stop, pull back. Let me move it. My verdict say tighten stop, pull back, non-reversal, hold long. My trend says long. My early entry says developing, watch for long. Developing, watch for long. Where you trading, price not yet at TP1. Market pulse is developing. Higher time frame is green all through, but they're weak bull. Single single arrow means weak blue. Confluence is no active direction, and the stop loss is none. So right now it's telling us that pullback detected. So is hold but tighten stop. So it's telling you to hold but tighten your stop. Tool is reading this as a pullback, not a reversal, right? The trade may still be valid, but protect yourself. Do not close the full position yet. Move stop to just below the most recent swing low, right? Swing high low. So this will be your most recent, or you use this lower one. If stop is still static, move it to break even immediately. Do not add to the position while tightening is showing. Tool says pullback, not reversal. Trust the trail. Do not exit manually. So it's still showing this pullback. It keeps coming back up. So the chances of this ricochet going up is not as strong, right? But we'll wait and see what happens. So back to back to this. So that's it in a nutshell for the tool. It's self-explanatory. Once you get it, you'll be printing. And we're confident about this tool, and that's why we give you 7 days free to use it. You'd have made what you pay for it monthly in within 2 days, if not the same day, right? Now, the next thing you're going to see is the FemyRange Pro scanner. The Pro scanner is real time. It looks for A plus setup and A setup. And with this tool, so this is the result of it. So it just sits at the bottom here. And when any, so we've put 20 stocks in there that have um, possibility of moving an average of an average of 5 points at a time. So we can make some money with this when trading options. This tool is designed for zero DTE and short trade options. So it helps you manage those volatility and all those things. Now, the other thing that I didn't mention in the tool is something else that the tool has within its power. And I'll show you. It is the option panel. So the option panel gives you the status of the option itself, right? So when the option panel is on, it's loading, it's still loading. Within the option panel, all you have to do is come in here and put your option price. So let's say your option price is $2 and your delta is zero point 0.5 and you have 5 contracts, for example. Just say okay. It will populate this and tell you in real time what the status of that option is, where the underlying stop loss is, and where the option stop loss will be. So if you are not sure, okay, where's the underlying stop loss is going to be in relation to the option stop loss. This tool tells you that. Where your take profit underlying is going to be, it tells you that. But it also measures volatility. So when it tells you to wait for signal, you don't do anything, just wait. So I'm going to turn it back off for now because I have so many things that comes up. So I only turn that on when I need to use it. Now, so we've talked about the scanner. So when the scanner comes in, it's giving you what is happening right now. And this thing has had great success and is very popular amongst our users. The interesting thing is we once you sign up for the FemyRange Pro Plus, you get this tool 30 days free, and then there's a fee to pay to continue to use it after that. Now, the next tool is for swing trading. Now, when I turn on the swing trading tool, you're going to see something different from this scanner, because what the swing trader does is it helps you find swing trade. We're not trading long time, we're trading short term swings. So, what do we have here? On on the 14th, we got a swing trade at 9:30 a.m. for coin. It says it's going long, and take profit one, take profit two, 91% clarity that nothing is in his way, and the sector, the X means sector not aligned. He graded it a B, and that was it. T1 hit. So let's switch the chart to coin so we can see what actually happened that day. So everything resets. So what day was it? On the 13th, right? On the 14th. On the 14th. That's the 15th. That's the 14th. That's the 15th. So, yep, here's the 14th at 9:30. 14th at 9:30. It says go long, and you go long on that day. The trade is still active. The trade is still on. Since you are not trading, T1 hit at some point. Right now, you're saying market is closed. So you stay in the trade to the end of the day. You don't do, it's up to you if you now want to get out of the trade. You decide when you get out. But my rule for getting out is you take some of, you take half off at 25%, take another bunch of at 50%, and then let the rest run for however long it wants to run. Then the next day, boom, it ballooned up again, and it's a beautiful thing, right? So then Uber came on the 14th also. Hood came on the 14th also. Then on the 15th, you had Crowd, Ready Verify. So it's showing Ready Verify now. That means you can take a trade. Palantir came on the 15th, and right now it says hold 37% T1 hit, right? So it's looking at a lot of things to make this decision, but it's only looking at A plus, A, and B setup. So anything that is unlike this one, which is intraday, is only looking at A plus and A setup, right? It doesn't take a B or C setup. So this, for the most part, you're going to make money from this. And this has not failed us at any time, right? So it doesn't matter. So right now, then you only use this at 9:30 when market open. You turn it on just when market open. Then you turn it off and turn it back on at around 2:30, so it can tell you when to get into a trade for 3 o'clock, the one that you're going to swing overnight. We don't try to hold stocks for too long, and we're doing so. If we're buying on Monday, we're buying same week. If we're buying something like Tesla or the ones that have 2 days, then you buy the 2 days that is coming, because we're not in this trade for the next week. If opportunity presents itself for us to stay in it, then we buy the next week. So we're not holding a month out. No, because the system is factoring in how long the push is going to be, what the push is going to be, so we don't worry about decay. The decay is already baked into the tool, and that's the beauty of it, right? So right now we get a Z zone short on this. It says the market pulse is developing to the downside, The bear is 66%, 15 minutes is down, 30 minutes is down, the 1 hour is still bullish. And you can see here, confluence, there is no active direction. Trend, there is no trend. So this means you don't take a trade. Yes, you get a signal, but you don't take a trade. So this gets you out of getting into trades that you shouldn't be in. Now, you see the stop loss says is trailing. So normally, um, there is a trade that is still active. So there is no trade here. So the only trade is responding to was this trade that came in here. So this trade came in as an A plus setup, right? It gave the stop loss here and the trade went all the way up to TP2. A plus setup tells you that it's going to get to at least TP2. So it got to TP2, but see what the tool does. Once price gets to TP1, it automatically moves the stop loss to a trailing stop, which will be the next swing low. So it moved it. Once price gets to T2, it automatically moves that trailing stop to T1, right? You see, this is T1 and this is the trailing stop. This is from this trade here. So is showing up here to not distract from this. And you won't see a change of this until a new signal comes, and we haven't gotten a signal to the downside. So you could ask the question, well, isn't this a downside? Why didn't you get a signal to the downside? Well, we get a system signal that says yes, there's a downside trade possible here, but according to the confluence of the market, whereby is looking at multiple things at a time. There's so many things that goes into what the market sees in order for it to say, okay, this is what needs to happen. For example, it's going to look at the price action. So whatever is, just to explain what goes on here, it's going to look at the price action, the candle structure, higher high, lower low, all of those. It's going to look at the momentum, the buying and selling pressure. It's going to look at, okay, where the supply, where's the demand zone? Is there any supply zone that price is coming down to? If it sees that along the way, then it takes a percentage of what that confluence is going to be. That's how he gets his rating. So bear 66% means we're bearish, but it's only at a 66% strength. It's not really full bearish. And you can see from this, from where we're at right now, yeah, it might look bearish, but it's really nothing that strong that you need to get into. So he says a Z zone diamond short, watch for entry. So there's a diamond short here, which is it, right? Early short entry, which is a good thing. But he's saying, yeah, you can watch for entry here. You might want to you could decide to take this trade. Nothing wrong with it. You just know your risk has to be right above this Z. And then you let the trade play out. But the system is saying, from what I can see, this, you just still need to wait because the market pulse says the short is still developing. And it hasn't even given us a confluence. So that means the confidence of this working out to take us to the first profit, to even make any money on this trade, the confidence is still so low that it can't even tell us to get into the trade. And that's why you see no active direction that is giving us. So when you see things like this, it pauses you from taking a trade. But when it gives you a signal to take a trade, it's going to be good. Remember, this power meter is forward thinking, is looking into the future, is looking at what's going to happen next. Now, there's some internal scoring that goes on within this tool that you need to understand that you don't see on the chart. For example, the directional bias score. So he puts a score on the directional bias to try and understand the higher high or higher low versus the lower high, lower low, is calculating those to come to a decision. Then he's looking at the pulse engine itself. What is the percentage weight of the bull to the bear? Now, how do you determine that is the question. I'm sorry, that's proprietary because we developed that on in-house to make sure that we can actually figure out how does he identify what is the strength of a bull and what is the strength of a bear. And that's why you get the decision to understand what the short-term momentum is. Then it looks at the signal scoring, which is the confluence, what actually creates this confluence weighting. Now, the diamonds are very important here, but it's also looking at zone proximity, supply and demand zone. Okay, if price is going to go down, do you have a support or a resistance zone here? Now, you see this green area with this 36%. Now, this is a high probability zone, but a probability to the upside. And you could see from here, it created a push up. So that created a high probability zone. But the quality of it is only 36%, meaning if price comes down, it has a 36% chance of not breaking through this point. Not so strong. Here is 33%, and it couldn't break through. So when it gets here, and this is why you don't have anything in the confluence, because as far as the market is concerned, this is the highest price has gone and it has not shown any sign that it's going to get lower than this, so it sits in a range. All right. Now, the next thing that this dashboard looks into is looking at the different long and short and finding the best setup. Grades based on confluence scoring of of future candles. So he's looking at the five, we're on the 3 minutes, so he's looking at the 5 minutes, the 15 minutes, the 30 minutes, the 1 hour, and every little time in between. And he's doing a lot of calculation to come to the decision that he needs to come into, right? And that gives it what the market pulse is to now say, okay, here's where we're at and here's where we're going. So it can then give you a pre-confirmation set of flag that tells you, okay, the condition is aligned. You should get into this trade because I see something happen. You sometimes you see a market pulse that say boost zone, and you could see a boost zone, and you wonder what is a boost zone. Well, for example, here you will get a message here that says a boost zone, and the next thing it might not happen on the next candle, it might happen on the next candle, but it's giving you heads up that there is a zone that is carrying a lot of orders that is either going to push up, so it could be a green blue boost zone that is going up or a red boost zone that is going down. When you see that, you decide what you need to do with it, because it could be a big push to the upside or a big push to the downside. But it gives you the early warning so you can react. And it tells you when to pull back, when to move stops. So it allows you to not get caught in the crossfire. Now, there's also a machine learning algorithm that goes on in the background. What that does is learning as it goes and is reacting to what is happening in the market real time. So it's doing a lot of calculations in real time and then coming up with the decision of what is going to happen next. All right. So I think that's about it for the tool. Feel free to join and sign up. You get it for 7 days free of charge at no cost to you. At the end of 7 days, then you get billed per month. But the scanners, you have those ones free for the first 30 days after you've signed up. And then it becomes so you don't get them during the trial period, you get them after you signed up. And then they become available to you for, well, we'll give it to you during the trial period, during the 7 days. So you get a full complement of it. And you can always turn them off if you don't want to see them. But I always leave the scanner on so I can catch other trades. And we have a Discord, and all of that will be in the comment section below, so you can join our Discord once you sign up, because the private Discord, we're not looking to get a lot of people. We want to keep it as interactive as possible. So if you are serious about getting real with your trading, come and join us. Once you sign up, we're going to invite you into the room. You join other serious traders that are trading, and we share ideas throughout the day. The ideas we're sharing is what we're seeing from the chart. The scanner will tell us what to trade. When this scanner fires, it's going to give us either A or A plus, and it's going to give it a clarity of percentage. So when you could see three scans, the one that is 100% is the one that you take. So someone in the room could say, I took this one, then, or this one seems cleaner to take than the other. So we try to help each other out like that. But for the most part, most people are trading SPY. You don't need too many assets to trade. You just need one that makes you money. So SPY, QQQ, IWM, if you just trade those three, you'll be fine. But at the same time, there are times when those are not moving, and that's where this FemyRange scanner comes in, because it allows you to be able to enjoy the market where the market is trending and pushing. So thanks for watching, and look forward to you joining us. Have a good one. Thanks. Bye.